Hi there, welcome to Ini's Kitchen. Today I'll be teaching you how to make strawberry cake, the most delicious moist strawberry cake. So the great thing about this recipe is that you don't need fresh or frozen strawberries. I have a secret ingredient that will help you get that flavor without much stress. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So as usual with most of my cake recipes, you have to start with creaming your butter and your sugar. I have 200 grams of butter and 2 cups of sugar. So of course we'll cream this until it doubles in size. So now we're going to add about a quarter cup of vegetable oil. The vegetable oil is going to help us achieve a very moist cake. So we're also going to be alternating our wet and dry ingredients. We're going to go in with 3 large eggs, and we'll make sure that we scrape the bottom of our bowl to make sure that the eggs, the sugar and the butter are all well incorporated. So once this is done, I'll be showing you some other ingredients that I'll be using, key ingredients that I'll be using to achieve our strawberry cake, and then we can move to alternating our wet and dry ingredients. So first off is our strawberry flavor, very important because we are making a strawberry cake. Now this is the secret ingredient I talked about. Because we are not using fresh strawberries or frozen strawberries, we'll be using this instant strawberry flavored powder. So it's usually used for making drinks. If you are in Nigeria and you've made zobo, you know this flavor pack for drinks. So now this one is the strawberry flavor, and I'm putting it in hot water. I'm going to stir it, and then I'm going to keep it somewhere. So the water doesn't have to be like 100 degrees, it should just be hot water. So we're going to mix this properly. This is going to give us that strawberry flavor and then the color. So now we have buttermilk. So now the great thing is I didn't have to buy buttermilk itself. I just used about 1.5 teaspoon of white vinegar, and I added it to half cup of milk. So now let's go into alternating our dry ingredients. So here I have my flour. I have 3 cups of flour. Then I have my rising agents, my baking powder and baking soda already mixed into it. So I'll be alternating my dry ingredients, the flour and then the buttermilk. Once I'm done with that, then I'll move on to the strawberry flavored warm or hot water that we just mixed. So I'm done with all the flour, so I'm going to be adding vanilla flavor. Very important to still add your vanilla flavor. About half a tablespoon of vanilla flavor is great. And then we are going to be adding our strawberry flavor. We're going to be adding a tablespoon of the strawberry flavor. So now why I decided to use the instant strawberry mix, it's a drink mix, is because sometimes I see some recipes where they have to add like a food coloring, a pink food coloring, to achieve that pink color that is synonymous with strawberry cake. But I prefer using this mix because then you get that powerful strawberry taste, that flavor, and then you also get a very pink batter. So this is my cheat method when especially if you stay in places where you don't readily have strawberries, whether it's the fresh or the frozen one. So this is a great alternative and it tastes great. So now our batter is ready, and as usual it's shining, it looks luscious and delicious. This is a really simple recipe. It's like a cheat method. So another thing you must note is that when baking any cake that has like a color like this, you have to pay attention to the time. Make sure you bake it for about like 30 minutes. If it stays longer, trust me, you won't have this pink color. what you will have is like a paler color, some looking kind of orangey, and sometimes the color doesn't even really come up. So it's very important to pay attention to the timing in the oven. So now let's get into our chocolate ganache. I'm going to be using about 4.5 bars of this white chocolate, this milk compound chocolate. So as usual, we're going to break it into smaller chunks. I'm going to put another recipe video just for this chocolate ganache, just to give you more details about it. Then I also have a recipe on my channel for chocolate ganache, that is the dark chocolate ganache. So as usual, we're putting a 1/4 cup of milk or heavy cream, whichever one you want to use. This is half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm not using a pinch of salt in this recipe because the butter I'm using is salted. Then we have our pot of hot water, and then we are going to start mixing. So like I said, I'm going to put a link for the full video because I want this video to be as short as possible. So that's why I didn't put the full recipe. I didn't show you the full recipe. So this is like a chocolate frosting, so I added a bit of powdered sugar just to make it a bit more pasty and not watery. So our cake is ready, and you can see how soft this cake is. You can see how soft it is, and then you can see the color. Like I said, you have to really watch how long it stays in the oven so that you can have that color. So I'm just going to take off the top. I'm not trying to be very precise or accurate because this is just snack at home. So I'm going to be using the chocolate ganache. I'm going to put on the first layer of the ganache, and then I'm going to freeze it, and then I'll put a second layer. I'll coat it again with the ganache, so I'll be coating it twice. So it's important that you spread the ganache, make sure you get the sides, cover the top and then the sides of the cake. So you can see how easily it spreads. That's why I didn't use too much icing sugar, just a little bit. So now I'm going to freeze this. Yes, I put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes to 20 minutes, and then bring it out again and do a second coating. Trust me, this cake is moist, is soft, fluffy and delicious. Yes, and the chocolate ganache just it does it justice. The two of them together, it just really makes a great dessert. This is great for when you have guests, for holiday period, or for just your family, giving them a treat on the weekends. So I'm going to cut into the cake just to show you how soft. You can see how easily my knife goes into the cake. This is a really soft and moist cake that you will enjoy, and it's really simple to do. So many people don't try strawberry cake because they feel the hassle of getting fresh or frozen strawberries, blending it together, then doing a reduction. It's can be stressful for some people. So this is an easier method, and you still get that lovely strawberry taste. So here's the cake, and it's time to taste the cake. It's a very lovely cake, very soft, very fluffy. You can see how easily my fork goes into it. So if you enjoyed this recipe, do subscribe. Thank you for watching.